What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fellow YouTubers? All of you, I bid to welcome to yet another aesthetic review, and today we are going to cover the Surhuelh class Reconnaissance Explorer Warbird Tier 6, and that is obviously one from the Romulan variant of Star Trek Online. Definitely excited to see this thing, and if you guys haven't seen these pictures, let me bring up the HUD and claim this thing. Ship Tier 6, the Surhuelh. This one is going to do, it's going to be awesome to showcase. Obviously, the Klingon variant of all of these ships are I'm going to cover those as well in a different video, but today we are going to cover this one from the Romulan faction. And I have to say that my Romulan character, the one that I'm going to showcase all of the visuals, has an allegiance to Starfleet, as you guys can actually see. I am at our space dock, so all of the visuals are going to be based upon Starfleet. There are visuals on the Klingon variant for these ships as well. Basically the visuals just a little bit different than the Federation one, but overall it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Did I claim it? No. Let me just grab that one. Ship Tier 6 Surhuelh class, claim right here in my inventory. So let's see the information and read about this. The Surhuelh Reconnaissance Explorer Warbird is among the most advanced starship within the Romulan fleet. It was built upon the success of Starfleet's 17 class multi-mission explorer and designed for both reconnaissance and combat. Nice. This tactical multi-mission variant comes equipped with a wow, can't even read right now. A radiation Bombardment Matrix console that can unleash waves of harmful radiation upon enemy starships that are unfortunate enough to be within the starship frontal firing arc. Each tactical multi-mission explorer variant comes equipped with the Radiation Bombardment Matrix Universal Console. When this console ability is activated, your starship deflector will begin periodically bombarding enemy starship in your frontal arc with deadly radiation. Nice. So we're going to get a damage over time ability on this thing. Awesome. Enemies affected by this radiation will suffer minor radiation damage with each pulse and have their flight speed, turn rate, and damage resistance reduced. Nice. As long as they remain within in this abilities arc. Okay, so putting a gravity well in conjunction with this ability would be awesome. After a few seconds, your starship will release a devastating barrage of radiation that deal heavy radiation damage that scales with the number of times the target was hit by the initial radiation pulses. Wow, okay. So after a few seconds, the starship or the deflector dish will release a barrage of radiation that's going to deal heavy damage that will scale with the number of times the target was hit by the initial radiation pulses. Wow, that's awesome. So it's like a primary and then also a secondary blast. Nice. I like that. I like that. Foes affected by this final radiation burst will also have their flight speed, turn rate, and damage resistance reduced for a brief period of time that scales with the number of times that they were hit by the initial radiation pulses. Cool. This console also provides a passive bonus to Starship Particle Generator skill and turn rate. Okay, nice. This console will be equipped in any multi-mission Explorer or Explorer Warbird, but you only can have one of these at any given time. After achieving level 5 in your tactical variant multi-mission explorer, you will unlock the Heavy Tachyon Mine Starship Trait. What? A Heavy Tachyon Mine Starship Trait. Okay. This sounds promising, even though mines are really not good in STO, or at least not really being utilized a lot. So that could be fun to have as a trait. While this trait is slotted, activating beam overload, beam fired whale, or cannon rapid fire, or cannon scattered volley, or any subsystem targeting ability will cause your starship to deploy a heavy tachyon mine behind your ship. What? What? Okay, so all of the abilities that we normally use, beam overload, fired wheel, cannon rapid fire, scattered volley, or subsystem targeting. As subsystem targeting is like subsystem targeting your shield, the engines, or weapon system, or auxiliary power for your enemies. And so you can try to knock those subsystems offline by utilizing subsystem targeting. So all of those abilities that we just mentioned will deploy a heavy tachyon mine behind our ship. Okay, this is awesome. This large mine is easy for your enemies to see than smaller mines, but it has a large tracking distance than a large area of effect Okay, so this mine will track the enemy longer in its distance, obviously, so you can, position your mine somewhere all the way, like, I don't know, with a larger distance to your enemy, and it will still track and go towards your enemy and then explode, I guess, in a large area of effect. So the explosion is going to be larger, I guess. Upon impact, this mine will cause high kinetic damage with 100 shield penetration. What? 100% shield penetration. So it's going to neglect all of the shields and it's going to go right through the hole. Nice. In a 3-kilometer area, we'll leave behind a tachyon particle hazard. I guess that's like a radiation cloud. That will heavily damage shields to any foe that remains within it. Okay, so this mine is awesome. Nice. So it does, high kinetic damage with 100% shield penetration. And also when it's going to explode, it's going to leave behind a particle hazard. So I'm guessing that's going to be like a radiation cloud behind that. If enemy stays within that cloud, it's going to suffer shield damage. Nice. I like that. Unlike normal mine's explosion, the heavy tachyon mine explosion will not harm the starship that deployed it. Additionally, if the mine is destroyed by an enemy, it will still explode, causing damage as normal. Okay, awesome. Awesome. I like this thing. Romulan Explorer Warbird have a single hangar bay equipped with the Scorpion fighters. It is basically the default hangar pets that you have for the Romulan version. These small crafts are equipped with plasma pulse cannons and also plasma torpedo launchers. Definitely going to recommend you guys investing in some better version of pets than these Scorpion fighters if you're going to utilize your hangar bay to its full potential, obviously. It is a tier 6, only available for the Romulan variant. Vice Admiral is the minimum rank required, and whole strength of 32,000 hit points, 775 at level 50, and 38,000 hit points at level 60. Shield modifier 1.35 and has 3 weapons on the front, 3 on the aft. Also 3 device slots. Console modification 4 tactical, 2 engineering, and 5 science. Now, just based upon the console modifications right here, we can actually see it is heavily on science. Base turn rate of 11.5 degrees per second, impulse modifier of 0.15, and an inertia rating of 45. This is standard. Sensor analysis, subsystem targeting, also secondary deflector. Definitely awesome to see all of these secondary deflector slots being utilized to its full potentials on these science ships. 1 hangar bay with the Scorpion fighters, plus 10 to weapon power, also plus 10 to auxiliary power. Romulan battle cloak device, so you can actually cloak like when you are in combat, when you are at red alert. Also that universal console, the Bombardment Matrix, We're also going to get the science vessel Starship ability package, so enhanced particle generators. We're going to do exotic damage, more exotic damage, enhanced singularity circuitry, so we're going to gain singularity points faster, and also the singularity cooldown is going to be reduced, so all of these abilities going to be awesome. Advanced shield system, so more shield hit points, reactive shield technology, so regeneration and also more hardness to our shields. And that unlockable Starship Trait is that Heavy Tachyon Mine Starship Trait. Singularity abilities plus 40 base power to all subsystems. Now obviously Romulans have a little bit of a power issue with their warp cores and stuff like that, so we're going to give them plus 40 base powers to all of the subsystems. Plasma Shockwave is going to be one of those abilities. Quantum Absorption, Warp Shadow, Singularity Jump, and also Singularity Overcharge. Awesome. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one my current starship, and we're going to head off to the customization part in a blink of a second, or a blink of your eyelashes or your eyes, and we are going to get there. Alrighty, so here we are with the Surhuelh class variant. I know I'm butchering the name, but it can't be helped. No way to know how this thing is going to be pronounced. On default, I'm getting the material, the upgraded materials on this thing. I hope you guys are going to get the upgraded variant as well. Definitely rooting for that, because it is definitely an awesome glow on top of the hull. Now I see right here that we are utilizing let me just reset this thing. We are utilizing that cylindrical sphere type deal that the that the Vulcan ships actually had in their design, so it's kind of like a mix between those two in its starship design, and I definitely love those things. Definitely pleasing to look at. And if any of you have ever watched the Jonathan Archer Enterprise TV shows, all of the Vulcan ships, they actually were utilizing this as a design in their ships, so that is definitely awesome. We're actually seeing some kind of combination between Romulan and Vulcan starship designs. Definitely awesome in this thing. And also seeing that has like a little bit of a support structure for that ring design. Nice. And right here, definitely a Romulan Warbird head, or the frontal part of the ship, definitely has that as an awesome as an awesome feature. Let's go through the window types. Obviously material type 1 that have been used for the windows. So if you guys focus right here on the windows, on these lights up here, they're going to change. So we're going to go from material type number 1 to the window type number 2 that are being utilized right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, hello? Why can't I change this thing? Okay, it's basically stuck on material type number 1, but that doesn't matter. If I mouse over the different types, if you guys just focus on right here on the window types, it is going to change. So this is material type number 2. So this is the difference between them: 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 2 and 3. Definitely love 3 more than number 2. But that's just my personal preference. And 3 and 4 right there. For me, the winner is going to be type number 3. Oh, definitely. Oh, okay. So it can change. Okay, so type number 2 is bugged out a little bit, so it goes by default to type number 1, but you can select number 3 and 4. And my personal would be 3. Now, let's see the material types. There is different versions up here. I don't know if you guys are going to get the veteran version or the upgraded version. I have a little bit of perks because I bought this game. I dropped a little bit of coin in Star Trek to purchase this game, so that makes me like a lifetime member, and they're basically giving me a little bit of perks, different material types right there. But I'm going to showcase the Riemann Type 1, and definitely this thing is appealing to me right here. Though all the material types are a little bit on the dull side, in all honesty, you can actually see that they have lots of details up here, but still a little bit dull. But definitely, if I would choose, as of right now, I haven't seen all of the different material types, but this one is definitely awesome to look at. This thing is really awesome. Riemann Type 1. Riemann Type 2. Nope. Not liking this thing at all. But I guess that's the personal choice, where people can actually make their own decisions based on whatever they like. Moving on to Romulan Type 1. Wow, that's really bright. I'm actually seeing this thing up here for the first time. So there is like this gap between this thing. So it's like, in all honesty, it kind of reminds me of a beer opener. So you can like push up your beer opener right there. Oh man, what were you guys thinking? Okay, so that is the Romulan Type 1. Okay, so definitely enjoying this Romulan Type 2 materials a little bit more, because it's like a dull version of the Type 1. And that one has a little bit too much reflection, and this one is just enough, to be honest. And it is, for me, it is good. I like this thing. It has a little bit of a glow to it, so you can actually see the reflection of the sunlight. Nice. So we have the brownish version of this thing as well. Okay. I am changing the way that this ship is actually looking, to actually see what kind of shades or what kind of details are going to be inside the shadow side. So that's why I'm actually moving this ship all the way up and down, like back and forth. So you guys can actually see it right here, for an example, in the inner ring. Definitely you guys can actually see like boxes and stuff like that. Those are little details that I love to see in the Starship, in its design. That's awesome. Romulan Type number 3. Okay. Now look at this, totally changed in its design. Definitely awesome. We are seeing a little bit of white. I guess that's by design that they actually made, because yeah, it is symmetrical. So up here, and also on the other side, on the left side and on the right side, and we are seeing this changes right here. There is definitely awesome, like place for an emblem right there, or a logo of some sort. Nice. Type number 4. Wow, that's really bright on the reflection. Nice. Okay. All right. This is really bright. Moving on real quick. Romulan, a veteran class. Wow. Okay, this thing on first glance, it's reminding me of the Dyson ships. Okay. It definitely is the same colors scheme that is remind me of that, the Dyson's ships. But I am in love with the way that they actually are making the colors look like that bright white color and the greenish color tint that they're actually using on these spheres. I don't know if they have like a purpose for that, but definitely liking that variant. Okay, so you can basically choose patterns up here. Come on, let me choose something. Jiminy, that one, and then you can basically colorize your parts. Wow, that's actually looking good. And let's make this one something bluish, just to showcase where the option is where you can actually change the colors. Now obviously you guys can are going to come up with a better design than I am right now, but that is just to showcase where our the patterns overlays are, where you can actually change color. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel all of the changes, and I'm going to take this ship by default the way it comes out of the box into space. So we're going to showcase all of the visuals. So here it is in space. One thing that has caught my attention, I mean, you guys should know this thing as well. Look at this thing right here in that that spherical stuff. What it was, don't know how to call it, but it has like a singularity kind of animation to it. That is just awesome. That is incredible, to be honest. Everybody that is in Star Trek actually knows that all of the Romulan Warbird, they're actually utilizing a micro singularity as their energy source to power up their ships, and this thing is actually showcasing that. It's like outside of the ship. That is just unseen before in STO. Definitely cool. Definitely cool. And now we can actually understand why they have these like, you know, empty space inside their ships, like in the dead center of their ships. And yeah, it's to house the micro singularity. That is awesome. That is definitely cool to look at. Now obviously you guys can actually see the pattern and the default skin that this thing comes equipped with out of the box. I didn't change anything, so it's just the default material types being used. We are going to showcase all of the visuals that we that is going to change this ship when we're going to equip the different reputation space sets, or just in general space sets that are from rewards from missions. But this is how it is on default, and it looks amazing in all honesty. All right, let's go with the first one. The first one is going to be the adaptive Mako space set. Now here we go with the adaptive Mako space set, and it looks amazing. Look at that. That that micro singularity right there. Oh, that's awesome. We can actually see all of the details that comes to life when you're going to equip the adaptive Mako. We are seeing lots of like honeycomb designs on top of the hull. And that really good reflection kind of reminds me of Chrome, actually. That really good polished reflection surface area. Really nice to see that. Also when it is being lit up by the sunlight, wow, totally different ship. Wow, I can't actually Can't get over the fact that this thing is really cool to look at, and it kind of like obviously it is changing a little bit while your ship is moving, so it has that animation, so a little bit of a black hole type of stuff. Definitely cool, definitely adding to the appeal of this ship. The deflector dish animation is a little bit too high on this ship. It's like outside of the ship itself. It's like totally outside. It could be placed a little bit better. It's like on top of the ship as well. That's not good, Cryptic. Come on, man. You guys need to focus on the little details. But I guess that will be fixed in a later update. Anyway, moving on to the assimilated space set that is from the Omega Reputation. Nice. Look at that deflector dish right smack in the middle where it's supposed to be. Nice. Do we also have okay, so we have a impulse engine modification. Oh, there is one right there for the warp nacelle modification. Nice. And we can actually see all of these details from the Borg simulated space set. That's crazy. I like it. Now, even the inner circle right here is actually changing color, and let's see it when it is not being illuminated. Nice. More details are coming on the foreground, and I like it. Definitely has an appeal to it. Yeah, most of you guys are not going to be totally zoomed in at, you know, if you're going to fly this thing. But right now, all of the details are awesome. All right, moving on to the, which one is it going to be? The Counter Command space set. This one. All three pieces of the Counter Command space set. Hey, wait a minute. There is a difference between what I'm seeing right here and what I'm seeing up there. So let me disable the visuals and enable them again. Yep. There is this unique feature, let's just call it that has a little bit of issues when you're equipped with the visuals. But right now with the Counter Command space set, it's being displayed, as most of you are accustomed to. Definitely awesome to look at. Not a lot of details, in all honesty. I could have used a little bit more, but that's just personal preferences, and everybody is entitled to one, right? Let's see when it is not being illuminated. More of these details are coming into life, obviously, when it's not. All right, that's good. I like this thing. Definitely a warbird by design. Big wings, really big warbird head, a little bit of a torso, and a huge micro singularity gap right there. That's awesome. That is awesome. Delta space set is next. Delta engines and Delta shields. Here we go with the Delta space set. Definitely love it more and more as of late, because there are details and I love details. Here it is when it is not being illuminated on the shadow side of the, and it is good. I like it. Let's see right here when it's being illuminated, when it has reflection of sunlight on the hull, has a little bit of a dull feature to it, if you ask me. But I guess that it has its appeal as well for some people. All right, moving on. Counter command we just did. So we are going to do the Dyson. The Dyson visuals. Oh, man. Oh, this is awesome. This, wow. Wow, man, this is awesome. Definitely liking the darker green that you guys are seeing, all of these details. Nice. Now, obviously, with the Dyson, you get that really bright white color right there with all of those lines, the purple lines going up and down this the hull. But this thing is definitely awesome. And this micro singularity, man, that is just awesome. I hope all of these warbirds have that from now on. That's gonna be the new standard. The micro singularity for the warp drive and for the power of the ship is going to be outside of the ship, not internally like warp cores and stuff like that we are accustomed to seeing in the TV shows. That's awesome. Here it is when it's not being illuminated. You can definitely see the escape pods on the hull as well. Nice. Wow, this is awesome. Lots of details on this thing. Beautiful looking ship. Beautiful. All right, which one are we going to? Where is my Iconian and also Iconian? There we go with the Iconian space set. Nice. Could have used a little bit more Iconian stuff right here on the cheek, if you can call it that. On the cheek of the face of the head right there. Nice, right? Nice. All right, let's see when it is being illuminated right here. Underneath. Cool. Not really overwhelming what I was really expecting. Oh, that glow though. Red go. Right here as well. A little bit better positioning on these deflector dish. Could do this ship a more to the appeal factor, because right now it is like totally hovering outside of the ship, and that's just not good. That is not good. Let's see, the Iconian we just did, so we are going to cover the Jem'Hadar. Jem'Hadar. Wow! Oh, wow! Wow, this is awesome! Wow, this is really awesome. I love the way that they actually changed this ship with the Jem'Hadar colors. Wow, that is definitely a thing of beauty right there. Wow, that I can't. Let's see when it is not being illuminated on the darker side. Definitely cool. Wow. That is just a beauty right there. Nice. I love it. I am definitely loving this thing. New Kara. Where is the New Kara? Where are you? Right here. Nukara, and also Nukara shielding. All 3 pieces of the Nukara is making this ship look like this. Oh man! Wow, this is awesome. God damn it, man. They really need to fix that position of the deflector dish animation. That is totally not okay, Cryptic. Come on. Wow, this is definitely a awesome looking ship. Wow. Let's see, when it's not being illuminated, all of those details are coming to life. Definitely cool. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome to look at. The Omega is going to be next in line. Where are you? Right here. Omega and Omega. 3 pieces of the Omega is making this ship look like this. Obviously, the Omega is utilizing rocket propelled impulse engines. As you guys can actually see right there. Wow, cool. Nice. This part right here, it's basically looking like it's like it is like a some kind of hose. These 2 things right here. Like it's taking coolant from one part of the ship and it's totally putting it up to another part of the ship, another section, or could be anything else, like exhaust or anything like that. That's awesome. Wow, that micro singularity, man, that's awesome. Nice. Hey, you keep moving. Riemann space set is going to be next in line. That is this one and this one and this one. All 3 pieces of the Riemann. Wow. Definitely loving that reflection of stars and whatever is being reflected on the hull. I like this thing. Nice. I wonder what kind of patterns we were going to get if we actually selected the material type of a Riemann 1. That's the first one that we covered. If that's going to be awesome or not. I think it is. But who knows? When you equipped the different material types, or at least not the material types, the shielding and the visuals, when you equip that, it's in some cases, or at least in most cases, it is definitely going to override the default material types that you're going to use. So that could be fun to actually see what kind of customization can be done on this thing with the Riemann material type, obviously. Not with the Riemann shields, because the shield is going to override everything that you're going to customize, but definitely awesome to do some customization with different colors and stuff like that. The Romulan, yeah, the Romulan version on a on this Warbird, it's not going to be really on the foreground a lot. It's more details on the background, definitely a little bit more highlights. and it's complementing this ship really good. I really like it. Definitely these great patterns underneath from the Romulan version of this thing is definitely cool to look at. And I like it. I like it a lot. Look at this thing. Thing is awesome. Got a little bit of a shadow right there from the dry docks of Earth space dock right there. I'm just going to move a little bit away. All right. We already covered the Romulan, so we're going to do the temporal defense. If I can find them right here. Right here. Right here. Temporal defense space set. Nice. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Nice. It has a little bit of a bottle opener cap right there as well underneath. But who needs a bottle opener in space, right? All of the fluids are going to go away. They're going to float. Nice. I like it. I like this thing, man. Damn. Terran 1 is going to be next. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, we can't miss the Terran space set. Here we go with the Terran space set. Oh, wow. This thing is looking like a Cyclops right now. That's that. The Eye of Sauron right there. It's beaming light. Kind of wonder, I mean, obviously these guys do a little bit of testing, and I'm actually talking about Cryptic right now, before they release all of these visuals, all of these ships out there. How come they aren't really, how come these guys are not really paying attention to like positioning of the, like the deflector dish? I mean, come on, look at this. It's not good. It's not good. And right here, when it is being illuminated with the rays of the sun, of our sun, because we are at Earth space orbit. Nice. I like it. All right, which one? The Breen. Where is Breen? Come on, here. Engines, and where is shields? Right there. Oh wow, nice. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Nice. Now this thing definitely a base turn rate of 11.5 degrees per second. Now obviously when you're going to equip different engines, that amount is going to change. And if you don't like it, you can obviously add a couple of RCS consoles to make it turn faster. But I guess it's good. It's good enough, right? It's not going to be an escort, you know, it doesn't have to really high turn rate, but it's good enough. And I am showcasing all of these visuals at full impulse, or at least maximum impulse, without actually going into full impulse. Maximum velocity, I guess it's called. Wow, that's awesome. I don't know whoever did this micro singularity visual effect, but it is awesome. Definitely awesome. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. All right, the last one that I'm going to cover is the Lucari visuals, and that is going to take care of all of the visuals. We just showcased 16 different visuals right there. And the last one is the Lucari from the Lucari Reputation, obviously. Really nice to see this thing. And an awesome engine trail, engine exhaust right there. Has a little bit, you guys probably played the featured episode. Has a little bit of details just like that, that river or waterfall. Kind of reminds me of that. That is just awesome. Awesome to look at this thing. Right here when it is being illuminated, I am definitely fond of the portion where the light is going to be reflected on the hull when it's coming into contact with the rays right there. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome for me personally. Cool. Very cool. All right, so let us cover the Starship Mastery. We have level 1 if you're going to level this thing all the way from 1 all the way to 5. Level 1 is going to give you plus 15% damage to exotic damage abilities. Level 2 is going to reduce the cooldown time of singularity power use by 15%, and it's going to increase your singularity charge rate by 30%. Very nice. Level 3 is going to give you some flat out shield hit points by 10% in its capacity. Level 4 is going to improve the shield regeneration and hardness, so damage reduction by 2 shields by 5%, and an increasement in shield regeneration every 5 seconds. Now, all of these numbers are based on my characters. If you're doing crunching the numbers and you're actually doing your build, now these numbers might vary from your character to my character, so that's 634 right there. Could be totally different when you're going to equip all of the items on your ship. Level 5 is that activatable unlockable trait, that Heavy Tachyon Mine. So direct energy weapon modes deploys one level 61 heavy kinetic mine at your location. So that's beam fired will, beam overload, cannon, scatter volley, and rapid fire, and also all of the like subsystem targeting. So engines, weapons, shields, and auxiliary. It's also going to activate this thing. That's just awesome. So enemy is going to get 8,418.2 kinetic damage. That is definitely 100% shield penetration. Increased damage to shields from all energy types by 10% for 10 seconds. And also this thing is going to leave behind a particle cloud. So I guess that's some kind of like radiation cloud. That is going to deplete enemy shields by 1,037.7 hit points to all shield facings within a 2-kilometer radius and upon death. And that means if the enemy actually destroys this mine before impact, within that 3-kilometer sphere, I'm guessing it's going to deal shield damage by 617.7 to all shield facings every 0.5 seconds that the enemy is inside that cloud. Really nice to see. Also, let us take care of the Admiralty card. Hello? Let's see, this thing was right here. So it is tier 6 and 4 stars in its 3 stars in its rarity, 21 points in engineering, 44 points in tactical, 52 2 in science and 18-hour cooldown. Ignores plus minus tactical from events. Still no idea what that means. Maybe you guys can help me out. 18 hours in maintenance. So each time you're going to use this thing, there is like a cooldown for this thing of 18 hours. So you can basically use this thing every one day, every 24 hours basically ish. All right, let's close these and let's go through the information of the universal console, that Radiant Bombardment Matrix. On passive abilities, plus 15% to exotic damage and also plus 10% in exotic turn rate. Or flight turn rate, sorry. Exotic turn rate. What the hell is that? Radiation bombardment. When this console ability is activated, your Starship Deflector will begin periodically bombarding enemy starship in your frontal arc with deadly radiation. Enemies affected by this radiation will suffer minor radiation damage with each pulse and have their flight speed, turn rate, and damage resistance reduced as long as they remain within the ability's arc. After a few seconds, your starship will release a devastating barrage of radiation that deals heavy radiation damage that scales with the number of times the target was hit by the initial radiation pulses. Foes affected by this final radiation pulse burst will also have their flight speed, turn rate, and damage resistance reduced for a period of time that scales with the number of times that they were hit by the initial radiation pulses. Cool. So max 6 affected foes, 5, 10 kilometer range in a 45 degree cone. So that's front facing, obviously. 2-minute cooldown or 2-minute recharge. On the first 5 pulses to target. 803 radiation damage with 100% shield penetration every 1 second. Minus 15 damage resistance rating every 1 second. To target. Minus 24.8 flight speed every 1 second. Also 24.8 flight turn rate every 1 second. And applies 1 debilitating radiation counter for 7 seconds on the 6th pulse. To the target, 4,866.5 radiation damage with 100% shield penetration. Wow. So everything is going through the shields on this thing. We have that mine that goes through the shield. We have these pulses that are going to do 100% shield penetration on the first one. And on the 6th pulse as well, it's 100% shield penetration. Wow, this thing is going to be OP, man. 20% damage per stack of debilitating radiation. Also a reduction in 33% in flight speed for 10 seconds, turn rate for 10 seconds, and minus 20 damage resistance rating for 10 seconds. And also removes all debilitating radiation counters that your enemy has suffered. Skill that affect this ability, so exotic particle generation and control expertise. Is going to make this ship or this ability more effective. Now this is definitely part of a space set. So space set number 2 is going to give you 2.7 auxiliary power setting and 13.3 maximum shield capacity. So more hit points and also more auxiliary power. Space set 3 plus 50% recharge time of all multi-mission Explorer consoles, omnidirectional tachyon wave emitter, asymmetric discharge array, radiation bombardment matrix, the one that we are using, and the protomatter field projector is from the anniversary. So that's definitely awesome to utilize. Space set number 4, sorry. It's going to upgrade all of the console powers. So the tachyon wave emitter is going to do more shield drain. The isometric discharge array, the primary and secondary electrical damage will be increased. Radiant bombardment matrix, so it's going to increase the damage on the final blast. And protomatter field projector, increase hull and shield regeneration. Definitely awesome to see all of these power in reduction as well. So 1 minute cooldown for all these, and also an increasement in its power, in its overall power. So more damage and more healing. Definitely awesome to see. And I see that we can actually use this thing without having an enemy selected, and I am definitely going to showcase that right here. Let me just turn a little bit and zoom out so we can have a frontal facing pulses, I guess. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, activate. Ooh, 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 man! Wow, that's awesome. That nice, 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 nice. Oh my god! Wow, that was awesome. That is definitely awesome. Cool. Anyway, bridge officer stations right here. We have a lieutenant commander, universal or a temporal operative station. I don't have any really good operative stations, so maybe you. Okay, why does it say it's tactical? You. Okay, you can go there. Ensign universal station, so lots of universal stations right here. Lieutenant engineering station, another engineer. A lieutenant commander tactical station, let's put you up there. And a commander science station, as we already saw. This is heavy on science with 5 consoles slots. Definitely high on science. So like I always say, don't use this as an ability or as a build. No real thought has gone into this. I'm just using a couple of these bridge officer skills so I won't die real fast. Anyway, next section is going to be combat, but I do want to say one thing as well. Like all of these ships have their own auxiliary based dual heavy cannons, so you can utilize auxiliary power instead of weapon power when you're going to fire these dual heavies. And it's definitely something to think about. Could be some new tactics, but anyway, combat is next. Now, as you guys are accustomed to, the Argala patrol mission. Let's help these Benthans a little bit. What kind of enemies are we going to get? These are the Kazon, I believe. Okay, so we do have pets in our disposal. 6 of them in total. So each hangar bay has two squadrons, I guess you can call them. And I want to see all my bridge officers. Where show, and let me put them. Hello, bridge officers. Here we go. So we can use that gravity well on these guys and actually hold them in place. Now I do want to say one thing. I'm not going to do a lot of power, a lot of DPS, lots of damage. This is not a build. This is just a show this. This is just a visual representation of what this ship is actually capable of. Oh, it's gonna hurt. Ow. Well, not so bad. Lots of plasma damage. Nice. My singularity charge is almost up. It's almost full capacity. Now with this news, with the new group that's going to come in, definitely going to use this this ability. Come on, where are you? Oh, okay, they're way out there. Now, like I said, this is not a build, but it's doing really good. I mean, it's not flimsy at all. Oh, singularity charge is going down because I'm not in combat. But does this need to be... Is there like a... No, there isn't. Okay, gravity well in 3, 2, 1. Stay there. I'm going to stop my forward movement, and here we go. With these pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the 6th? Okay, there's no 6th one. Wow, but we totally wrecked this guy. Whoever this that just blowed up was right there. He got totally vaporized. Nice, right? Not bad. Let me strip down your shields if you have any. And there you go. You're dead. You're dead. You just don't know it yet. Carrier. I'm definitely going to wait like 2 more minutes when this thing is going to be on, because it is right now on cooldown, like a minute or something like that, minute and 10 seconds. Because it's definitely awesome to look at that pulse. I don't really want to do too much damage on these guys because I want to have them like in a center group. A minute from now, we are going to... I guess we can do these guys. No, target is gone. Torpedo spreads with plasma. Damage over time abilities. Nice, right? Not bad. Also, my pets are doing good. Come on, cool down. Hurry up. "15 seconds. 10. No, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to... no, I don't want to fire these guys. I'm going to let them dish out more of these raiders. This one is at... okay, this one is at full health. Okay, so we're going to trap this guy with gravity well. Where are you? Right here. And gravity well you... coming down to full stop. Now he's gonna go, here we go, in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Look at that. 11,000 critical, and his shields are gone. Wow, that's awesome, this ability. Now there are another gravity well right there. Nice. I love this ability, man. It's like the scimitar pulse, but it's actually pulsed. Actually, does that pulse like 6 times instead of one really big. Where is my evasive? Here we go. Yeah, I was saying this pulse is definitely just like the scimitar version, but the scimitar only pulsates one time, really big blast. But this thing does electrical damage and does that 5 times, and it's really awesome. Definitely love it. Nice as an ability to have. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little aesthetical review of this thing, and it is definitely awesome to have if you're going to utilize your science console slots to its full potential. You can definitely do lots of damage with this thing. Up to the next one, we're going to take care of the Klingon variant and then head back to the Federation and do the other ships as well. So hope to see you on those as well. For now, I'm going to say take care. Later.